I just got a text from Pat Rob saying that he has to restart his computer, so he's going to be delayed a few minutes.
Okay. Gene also sent me a text saying that he's going to be a few minutes late also.
Okay, so we
Here
have
we
to wait
are.
a few minutes. We don't
Here
have
we
a
are.
quorum.
Yep. Allison, do me a favor if my screen freezes again and there's nothing but an image of me laughing, would you just let me know so I can turn off
Will do.
that?
Dan, it looks like you're on twice.
I'm on what?
You're on, like you're logged in twice,
Oh,
and it's echoing. I wonder if I can.
no,
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 no, that's hold on.
Dan, every time you speak, we get an echo.
Is there a Dan Yep script?
That's him.
Yeah, but he's also
But
DS.
but then there's a D script too. Should I just kick
script.
that one off?
no, don't kick me off right here.
All
Hold
right.
on.
Well, you know what? We're not going to pay you twice, Dan.
Oh, I like the weekend rate, Rob. That made me laugh. I wish I would have given that 10 years ago. I don't know what's happened with my camera, but I'm going to stay on here. I'm here. I just don't know what's happening.
Dan, your voice is coming over D script, and your picture is under the other one, but your lips aren't moving.
I'll come back.
I wish I could blame it on the new technology, but it's really not that new anymore, is it? Anyone that has just joined us, we are waiting for another selectman. Patrick has indicated that he's had a computer problem, and Gene has said that he might be a few minutes late, or will be a few minutes late. So we hope to have this resolved within the next few minutes.
So Celtics play Charlotte tonight.
What's the outcome look like in your eyes, Dan?
I don't know, man. I don't. You know what? The Celtics are doing so well. I'm kind of a fan for Tatum not coming back. I don't know. I just think it might screw up the mojo. I mean, they're winning. You know, not broke. Don't fix it. They're winning.
Hmm.
Let that Achilles heal until, God forbid, someone gets hurt or something crazy happens. But hey, if they're winning, they're winning. Just don't. The synergy is there, right?
I think there's logic in that, Dan.
Well,
I beg to differ.
oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Oh, here we go. Savage is
Uh-oh.
the basketball phenom.
Why not have extra backup? Don't want to wait till somebody gets hurt to have him play in a game. Doesn't have to play all game. And isn't it people like you that say, you know, LeBron's a big baby because he can't come, he doesn't play because his foot hurts, or the Greek freak is not playing because he should be playing, he's a big baby. Did you mute me, Dan?
You are not muted.
I think his screen froze.
Oh yeah, he's frozen again.
Yeah.
The
And
big,
he's muted.
the bigger game is Friday night when Endicott plays in the NCAA Division III tournament against Newman at Endicott College,
Uh-huh.
and the big March Madness D3 dance.
There you go.
Mhm.
It's just shutting me out.
He may
Wait,
have,
no, I was having some problems with my speaker. Were you saying something, Diane?
oh, you
I
did
said
that.
a lot of
You
things.
did that
Oh.
deliberately.
Uh, no, I had to shut off my external speaker because it was making Diane sound like a robot.
Oh my.
Yep,
AI me.
that could have been it. That could have been it.
Did you hear me announce the Endicott Division III game?
No, no, what happened there?
Oh, Friday night, more important.
Okay,
Endicott versus Newman, Division III March Madness.
that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Is your guy playing? Is he hurt still or what?
No, he plays.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Yep. And it's at home.
Right on 1A.
Yep.
What a beautiful campus that is. Oh my
Looks
goodness.
like Pat has joined us.
Yay.
My apologies. I had some computer issues. My monitor wouldn't come back on, so
Well,
thanks for your patience.
we are very glad to see you. Jean is going to be a little late, so we now have a quorum, and I will declare this meeting of the Nahant Board of Selectmen to order. The date is March 4th, 2026. The time is 6:38 p.m. All right, so under comments, opening comments, I'll announce the winter parking ban is still in effect until March 20th, 2026. That's getting close, from 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. No vehicles can be parked on the street during that time. If you need a winter parking pass, please contact the Nahant Police Department. In the event of a snowstorm, snow parking bans will be announced via the Code Red system, the town website, town Facebook account, and displayed on the electronic signboard when available. The annual town census let's see, the 2026 annual town census has been mailed to residents. Resident parking stickers will not be approved without a completed census. For more information, contact the town clerk. Stickers for resident parking are expected to be available on March 15th, 2026, and can be purchased online at nahant.org. Dog licenses are due back to the town clerk by April 1st, 2026. Any licenses submitted after April 1st will be charged a $20 late fee. The Charles Kelly Scholarship applications are due by April 10th, 2026. Please visit the scholarships page at nahant.org for how to apply. The town election is scheduled for Saturday, April 25th, 2026. Election polling hours will be from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. at the Nahant Town Hall. For more information and early voting hours, contact the town clerk or visit the town election page at nahant.org. The annual town meeting is scheduled for Saturday, May 16th, 2026, beginning at 12:30 p.m. at Nahant Town Hall. For more information, please contact the town clerk. We have some new business to conduct. First is a vote to appoint Zoning Board of Appeals alternate members, and I will move that the Board of Selectmen vote to appoint Ian Brown as an alternate member on the Zoning Board of Appeals effective March 4th, 2026, with a term expiring June 30th, 2026. Do I have a second?
Seconded.
Sorry, Rob, there's a typo in that motion. It should be to June 30th, 2028.
There we go. All right. consider the motion amended. Let's see, we have a second discussion. I have a question.
So Ian, I believe, is online right now. If I don't know if you want him to introduce himself, but he's on the Zoom. Ian, are you available?
Sorry, that took a second. Yes, I'm available. I'm here for any questions that you might have.
All right, Ian, I just before we turn this to you, Allison, I'm curious. Ian is brother to Jake Brown, as I understand it, and he was also on the Zoning Board of Appeals. Is there any issue of conflict here?
Not that I know of. Are you at the same residence?
No, we are not at the same residence.
That would be a Diane question. I don't see a conflict.
There's no conflict of interest for them to be on the same board. The problem may be, and Ian is going to be an alternate, so he doesn't get voting power unless they need him. Meaning they don't have enough on the zoning board. They don't have a quorum on the zoning board of appeals. So the alternates only vote at that point. The only time where you live in on Big Nahant and your brother lives in Little Nahant, I don't see where there would be a conflict anytime on like a property. But if there was a cousin, a brother, a family member, the only issue I could see is if you both had to recuse yourselves from voting, if it was property of family member.
Okay. Thank you, Dan.
You're welcome.
I do also just want to input. So Ian and Scott have stepped forward to fill these positions that are desperately needed. Jocelyn had contacted me several weeks ago, nervous because the upcoming agenda for the zoning board is pretty full. And if we don't get these alternate positions filled, there was some worry about not being able to hear, those items on time. So
Understood. Yeah, I personally did not believe we had a conflict, but I wanted to put it on the record that we did discuss it.
okay.
So Ian, what would you like to share about yourself? How long have you been in town? What's your background?
Certainly, yes. As everybody already knows, my brother is Jake Brown. He's on the Zoning Board of Appeals right now. I moved here in 2020 with my wife, my now wife. We live at 16 Highland Road. We just had our 1-year-old son about a year ago. He turned one in January. I work as a software engineer for a company called EBSCO based out of Ipswich. I've been with them for over 10 years now. And I look forward to serving in any way I can.
Sounds good, Ian. Thank you so much for volunteering your time.
Thank you very much.
Anyone else with any questions or comments? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Pat O'Reilly, aye.
And Rob Thibault, aye. Welcome aboard, Ian.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Let's see. Moving on, I will move the Board of Selectmen vote to appoint Scott O'Frias, and I hope I pronounced that correctly, as an alternate member on the Zoning Board of Appeals effective March 4th, 2026, with a term expiring June 30th, 2028. Do I have a second?
Seconded.
Discussion.
Before you, I'd like to just jump in here for a minute. One of the two alternates, and it doesn't really matter which one, is only filling the position until 2026.
Oh, that's my fault. So I thought Kristen had put a typo in. So that means Ian's appointment, the way you read it the first time, is correct.
Okay.
Yeah, and certainly, Ian, not to discard you, we would love to have you back, and we just have to reappoint you in 2026 for a 3-year term. But I have to keep it so there are 3 members and each person's term expires in a certain year.
That's completely my fault. Ian, you can blame me. I
That's
thought I
totally
was being
understandable.
smart by catching it, but obviously not that smart.
Not a problem. Not a problem. That's totally understandable.
Okay.
So do we need to go back and re-amend that? Yeah. Or
Yeah.
remove that?
The other option is to put Scott on till 2026 and then reappoint him in 2026. It's up to you.
Well, let's finish with our vote for Scott
Okay.
as read. And then we'll double back and re-motion for Ian. Dan,
Yep.
does that make sense? Are we getting in any trouble there?
No, no, that's fine.
Okay.
That's okay. As long as we get the numbers right.
Okay, all right. So let's see. The motion has been made and seconded. Discussion? Hearing none. Roll call vote.
Pat O'Reilly, aye.
And Rob Tibble, aye.
So
We'll move.
Scott's also here if, I don't know if you
Oh,
wanted to.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry.
Scott, tell us about yourself.
Well, first I'll get the bad part out of the way. I'm from New York originally, so I'll get that part out and of the
You
way.
know what?
But
I
I'm
can't
Mets
even I can't even hear it in your accent, so you're fine.
That's fine. I didn't say basketball. I was talking about basketball, so I didn't want to get involved in the Endicott conversation. But my wife's an alum of Endicott.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah, so I went to school in New England. I lived in Nahant since 2019. I grew up on the east end of Long Island, very similar community to Nahant. So I love the small town feel. I am a real estate litigator in Boston, an attorney, and I have three children. The oldest is in kindergarten at Johnson, the middle's in preschool at Johnson, and the youngest is 9 months old.
Outstanding. Well, thank you so much for stepping up.
Yes,
This
thank
means all
you.
the help. All right. So I guess we're down to a roll call vote.
You voted
Did we
already.
already? Yeah, we did take that.
Yeah,
Okay.
and
All right.
then
All
I
right.
introduced Scott
So
after the fact.
I'm going to double back to Ian now.
Mhm.
And once again, move the Board of Selectmen vote to appoint Ian Brown as an alternate member on the Zoning Board of Appeals effective March 4th, 2026, with a term expiring June 30th, 2026. Do I have a second?
Seconded.
Discussion? Roll call vote.
Pat O'Reilly, aye.
And Rob Tibble, aye. Okay. Well, thanks again.
Jean also just joined the call as well.
There we go. Jean, you're muted.
Yeah.
Okay. Um,
Still muted, Gene.
Mhm.
okay, we'll move along. Let's see. All right, we have a vote to approve event requests. Wish Upon a Wave, Spring Youth Soccer, Coolidge Middle School Kite Day, YMCA Stride Along the Tide 5K Road Race. We will start with Wish Upon a Wave. I will move the Board of Selectmen vote to approve the Wish Upon a Wave event on Sunday, March 22nd, 2026, beginning at 12 p.m. on Short Beach. Do I have a second?
Second.
There we go.
Seconded by Gene Canty. Hi, Gene.
How you doing?
Discussion. Do we have Chief Furlong with us?
No.
Okay, all right. All right, it's made and second. Any discussion? Hearing none. Roll call vote.
Gene Canty, aye.
Pat O'Reilly, aye.
Rob Tibble, aye. Let's see. Wish Upon a Wave. Wishwood Island, Massachusetts. All right. I will move that the Board of Selectmen vote to approve the spring soccer event request on Saturdays at 8 a.m. beginning on Saturday, May 2nd, 2026 through Saturday, June 20th, 2026 at Flash Road Park. And this is the spring youth soccer. Do I have a second?
Second.
Discussion. Roll call vote.
Gene Canty, aye.
Pat O'Reilly, aye.
And Rob Tibble, aye. I will move the Board of Selectmen vote to approve the DeMarcus Family YMCA Stride Along the Tide 5K road race on Saturday, May 9th, 2026, beginning at 8:15 a.m. at Lowlands Park. Do I have a second?
Second,
Discussion? Roll call vote.
Gene Canty, aye.
Pat O'Reilly, aye.
And Rob Tibble, aye. Motion carries. I will move the Board of Selectmen vote to approve the annual Coolidge Middle School Kite Day on Friday, May 22nd, 2026, beginning at 12 p.m. on Short Beach. Do I have a second?
Second,
Discussion? Roll call vote.
Gene Canty, aye.
Pat O'Reilly, aye.
And Rob Tibble, aye. We now have a vote to approve the Selectmen Omnibus budget and send it to the Advisory and Finance Committee. And I will move the Board of Selectmen vote to approve the Omnibus budget and send to the Advisory and Finance Committee for their review. Do I have a second?
Second,
Discussion?
Yeah, so I just have one change to the budget from the last time I presented it to you a few weeks ago. So I just wanted to bring that forward. I'm going to share my screen. It has the details. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so there's just one adjustment. I presented the budget, the FY27 budget to you about 3 weeks ago now. On February 26th, we received a letter from the MWRA with the town's FY27 assessment. And it was just slightly higher than what I had originally put into the budget. So I wanted to amend the budget to include that higher amount. Again, water and sewer is an enterprise fund. It's not part of the general fund, just to keep that in mind. So I'm asking to revise the budget from the originally approved amount of 615,000 up to 618,000, which is what the FY27 assessment letter has told us.
Okay. Any further discussion? Roll call vote.
Gene Canty, aye.
Pat O'Reilly, aye.
And Rob Tibble, aye. We now have a motion to open the warrant, and I will move the Board of Selectmen open the annual town meeting warrant. Do I have a second?
Second,
Discussion?
Yep, so I'm
We didn't
gonna
vote.
share.
Hold on, we didn't vote to open it.
Oh, yes, you're right.
It was seconded.
It was seconded.
good catch, Patrick.
We have to do a roll call vote.
Yep.
Okay, roll call vote.
Gene Canty, aye.
Pat O'Reilly, aye.
And Rob Tibble, aye. Okay, the warrant
Now
is
I'm gonna share my
open.
screen.
The warrant is open.
So I have some adjustments from the last version that I again showed you on February 11th. It's the addition of 2 articles and then an adjustment to one of the articles. So I've added this article number 19. It's to amend the town's general bylaws. So the first section, section 2, currently states that the annual town election is to be held on the last Saturday of April each year. I've spoken with, various individuals within town. I've spoken with the town clerk. The question has always been asked to me, why do we have the annual town election before town meeting? And I don't know much about the history of that, but my past and in talking with other towns and cities, a town election is usually held after town meeting. So right now, when we hold it in April and then we have our town meeting in May, anything that's voted on at town meeting that has to go to a ballot is not voted on until the following year. So it's a whole year that we're waiting for something like you know, something to be voted on. So I'm putting this on the table for discussion. I spoke to the town clerk and she's on board with it, which is also why I asked her to be on the call today. So I'm proposing to change it from the last Saturday in April to the second Tuesday in June, with the same election times. The second part of this is I've also received comments from, you know, individual residents and particularly individuals that serve on our finance committee about revising the amount of time that residents are able to speak at town meeting. Currently, our bylaw states that they can speak on a topic twice for 10 minutes each period if at any one time. And then I also struck out the end of that sentence. It says if another person wishes to speak on the same question. I spoke to the town moderator today, and I said, you know, we're looking to maybe revise this amount of time down. He recommended to 4 minutes. So that's what I'm proposing here. So, you know, a resident could come up, speak 2 times on a topic for 4 minutes each time. So it's basically, these are 2 bylaw changes. So if these were voted affirmatively at town meeting, they would go on ballot at the next election.
Those are two great changes.
Yeah, is there any other discussion?
I can only agree. I mean, this is I can think of several reasons why it waiting a year for something that everyone has agreed upon but requires a vote it doesn't make sense to me. And as far as the timing of concern, the amount of time that somebody can speak at a meeting, uh, I, I, I really have to believe that more people will be able to share their opinion if we have less, you know, if somebody was compelled to get their point made, and allow others to get up and make their points. I think what's been happening in the last few meetings that I've watched is that we'll have a few people that pretty much dominate the microphone, and then someone will get up and call the question. I think what you're proposing, Allison, might help more people share their opinion.
Mhm. So I just want to note Peter Barba, the town moderator, also just joined the meeting. I don't know if Peter wants to have any input, and then also Diane is on this. Again, I spoke with both today, and both are favorable for these changes too. No, Peter, did you want to add anything?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was stuck in traffic.
Oh,
Literally
boy.
just got in. Yeah, my only thing is by going down to, and I don't know what you guys have talked about
I
on
did
time.
it to 4 minutes, 2 times each, and
Yeah,
then I struck that final language saying if another person wishes to speak on the same
right.
question.
Yeah, I mean, so just a quick background story. One of the members of FinCom had asked me about the time issue because felt that there were a lot of people that got up, or a few people that got up and spoke a long time. And I went to the mass moderators and they gave me that kind of understanding that a person can get up twice, but the way we had it worded, they could actually get up more times as long as nobody else was in line. So that's just to clarify that. Yeah, 3 or 4 minutes I think is fine. A lot of towns do have moderators' discretion. Again, my feeling with and not that I'm looking for more power or anything. It's more about if we have something to talk about, like 3A. I think people may have more detailed opinions when it comes to your typical warrant articles. I think 3 or 4 minutes is fine. But I also think that we may get into situations where people may want to speak a little bit longer if the warrant article is complex. So just again, my opinion, you could put in verbiage that allows moderators discretion, but it's not a must.
I would think if you were going to do that, the moderator would be able to cut somebody off if they were being repetitive or. So would you put in, I don't know, Dan, maybe you can answer this. Would you put in a little bit longer time and then be able to
So moderators
discretion?
Just real quick, Diane, the way I understand moderator's discretion is at the beginning of the meeting, I would have to say, this particular meeting, we're going to allow 5 minutes. You have two tries at the microphone and we're going to limit it to 5 minutes because it's complex. So that would have to be stated at the beginning of the meeting. It's not like I have discretion in the middle of the meeting to say, hey, this person has, if they hit the 4 minute mark and that's what we set at, then I, it's my discretion to ask them to sit down.
Gotcha.
Can I ask one question? So are we talking about, what effect would this have on, say a complex topic is being presented, especially often we have presentations to begin the debate.
So the presentations are informational and don't count as part of the debate. And much like I did with 3A, I would probably, if we got in, I mean, while I'm running again, so I may not be here, but if I am, what I would basically say is that if it's complex, we could certainly have a question and answer period like we did before 3A, which I think it helped. I think it cut out it answered the questions and then we got into the debate. And, again, I don't think typical warrant articles need that type of change or anything. But I think I felt somebody made the suggestion at the mass moderators meeting. And that's why I chose to do it that way. But yeah, once, if it's documented that they have, two, they can speak twice on an issue and the time limit is 4 minutes. Once that 2 times at 4 minutes runs out, they're basically done speaking.
Okay. Anyone else?
Oh, I just wanted to comment on I think this is a good change, especially the changing of the annual town election. This has come up time and time again. I know that I've looked at the turnout over a number of years since we changed it, as a town, and the turnout during April, it's happened to fall on April vacation week. So it's been a lower turnout since it was changed. So I think this is a good change to Tuesday, second Tuesday of June each year. So I think, we still have school in session, so we're not hitting that summer vacation yet. So I think this is a good timing. And if there's any other considerations, I know, Diane, you were looking at all the timing of various things to make sure it would line up. And I think we still have time to open and close the warrant if there's any adjustments that are needed.
So she did look into it and we've confirmed that this falls within, the necessary time frame. So.
Yeah. And with this, as I told Allison, based on Mass General Law 3910, we can, if the meeting and the election are within 35 days of each other, we can post one warrant instead of two, which is a nice thing to be able to do. And we just have to get the any ballot questions written up, which should be on the warrant 35 days before the election. So that would be covered. I guess I'm not sure if I should bring up an elephant in the room for me is there are actually 3 changes, and that was change it from April to June, and we're looking at changing it from Saturday election to Tuesday. I've had a lot of people complain that Saturdays are really busy. Kids have sports, people do errands, a lot of people working now, that's their time to get things done. So that was the Saturday to Tuesday is also a change.
Mhm.
It kind of, when it comes to elections, and Diane, I don't know how you feel, but I think it's, we voted, I got voted in, and literally I had a town meeting shortly thereafter. It didn't give me much time for kind of training. Thankfully, Dave Conlon was, obviously perfect in helping me out and things like that. But having it after town meeting is probably better in the long run, because then it gives a person an entire year to kind of prepare to be,
Yeah. Oh, I agree.
like town clerk to prepare for town meeting, the first town meeting. It gives, instead of wham, it happens.
Yeah.
Well, that was one of the discussion points too that I had with Diane. It always seemed awkward to me that, if a new select board member was elected or a new finance committee member was appointed and they're attending, that first town meeting just a few weeks later when
Right.
the former person had done a whole year's worth of work, it just
Right.
seemed very awkward to me too.
Yeah. And it's funny, I will say this, most of the appointments from at least the moderator, I believe, end at the end of town meeting, correct?
That is
Okay.
correct.
Yeah.
So I don't know how,
Right, true. So not
it does
finance committee.
allow if a new moderator was coming in, it does allow the new moderator the opportunity to select his folks for the following year, which is fine too.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. So that's all under this article that I'm proposing. So I'm also proposing another addition to the warrant, Article 20, and this is in the town charter. So this was actually brought forward to me by Diane, our town clerk. And in the charter right now, it says that a town meeting shall be called by posting a copy of the warrant in at least 4 public places in town, not less than 14 days before the date fixed for the meeting. My understanding is that Massachusetts law calls for 10 days. And so Diane's suggestion to me was, why don't we make our charter consistent with what the state law is? That makes sense to me. So that's why I put it in here.
I don't know if it was my typo. I apologize if it was. The state one is 7 days.
Oh, it's 7?
7.
So you want me to change this to 7?
Yeah.
Okay. Changed it on the fly, Diane.
Atta girl.
Geez, had I known you were putting these in, I would have requested to change the town moderator to a 3-year term instead of a 1-year term. And all I have to say is I just can't believe that Dave Conlon literally pulled papers every single year for 34 years.
Mm.
That's just
He
crazy.
did. I can tell you he did for the last 6. Before
Yes.
I don't know.
Oh,
I'm sure Molly did that.
yeah, right.
He's really good about coming in, but
Yeah.
so just to address that whole issue, the first year that I was a town clerk, so I was elected in June because it was COVID year. The first town meeting was in September. We did have a bylaw change, and when you have a bylaw change, you have to submit all the information, including the quorum, the minutes, and when you posted the warrant for the annual town meeting, everything I had looked up online through the state said 7 days. And unfortunately, the town charter, I didn't read, that supersedes the Mass General Law, and our charter called for 14, and I only posted it in 7. they gave me dispensation because I was new, but I just think it doesn't make any sense to conflict, and that's the only reason I'm asking to change, so that I won't do it again because it was embarrassing, but the next person after me can, it's all on the same time frame.
Makes sense.
Okay, do we need a vote to approve the changes as recommended by the town administrator?
I just have one more change that
Oh,
I haven't
Allison,
gotten to yet.
Before we go to the
So-
next one, before we
I'm
go to that
sorry?
one, before we go to the next one, keep in mind that any charter change will have to go to the ballot as well.
Right.
So it doesn't change immediately. It goes to the next ballot.
Yeah.
Correct.
On that, it's a little bit of a tangent, but we do have a charter change on the ballot this year, right? The select board renaming. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the change of the date and putting the town election after the town meeting would not happen till 2028.
Correct. Yep. Because it has to go on ballot, which wouldn't happen until next April, right?
Yes.
If this
Next
gets
June,
passed
if
at,
it passes.
No.
Chicken and egg.
no, because that has to be, so if it passes that town meeting, it then has to go to ballot.
Oh, okay.
which
So-
is the
So
problem with,
while we're saying that these recommendations are great, if they are passed at town meeting, again, we have to wait that whole
Wow.
other almost a year for them to be voted on in ballot.
which is the problem we're trying to solve.
Correct. But then it will be solved if it's voted in both times.
There you go.
So just a bootstrapping question. Do we have to have some language in there because we'll be passing a charter change and then voting on it in April, and it's going to be calling for a annual election in June.
So there is special language that it has to be written, which I will give to Allison.
Okay.
But
In the motion, you mean?
yeah,
In the
Okay.
motion.
no, excuse me, on the ballot. So the question would not on the warrant, but time you change a charter, there's a special language I found online today for the ballot question for a charter change.
But I guess what Pat's asking, so say
But-
this passes town meeting,
Yes.
then it goes to ballot next April,
Yes,
and it's approved there. We're then calling for a June election. Does a June election have to take place that year?
no, it would not. You've already had your 2027 election. That's why I was saying the
Got it.
election annual town meeting change will not take place until 2028. So it gets approved at town meeting 26. It gets voted on in April 27
Okay.
and goes into effect 2028.
Okay.
But the question was, do we have to specify that in the language of the
Of-
motion or somewhere?
Of which this in the annual town meeting language or the ballot language?
Either.
Well, yes, it will be in the language. Whenever you have a ballot question, you're supposed to put a brief synopsis of what the yes or no vote.
Yeah,
were.
to take effect in
Right.
June. Yeah.
Right.
2020.
But I have no problem including that in the motion language for this town meeting either, if that can clarify it too.
Okay. All right, we can talk about that tomorrow, put it through.
So then the other adjustment I made to the warrant is just in this last article for continued committees. This is something that's voted on every year, and I had basically just cut and pasted committees that were, part of this article in the previous years, and I've asked for input on whether any of the committees are defunct or, I've received some feedback. Diane looked at them for me today, and I did eliminate some committees that are no longer, in use by the town. And so the ones that I took out of this article are the Cable TV Advisory Committee, the Coast Guard Design and Development Advisory Committee, the Tennis Committee, the Green Community Committee, and the Nahant Fire Station Architectural Assessment Committee. Two that I added in here are the Public Safety Designer Selection Committee, which technically took the place of the Fire Station Architectural Assessment Committee, and the Rights of Way Committee. So I think this is the first time that we've actually taken kind of a thorough look at this list. And I think that it's prudent to go forward with these updates here.
Thank you for cleaning that up. I appreciate that. It's good.
And so those are the three major changes that I have for the warrant.
You know, if common sense prevails, all of those should get approved.
I agree, Gene. It's interesting to look back now and say that this could have been done so long ago, and we didn't. So I'm glad we're getting to it.
Absolutely.
So we need a motion to approve the changes that you've made, Allison. That sounds right?
I think so. Dan,
Okay.
can you guide us on that?
Where did Dan go?
Oh,
Like
no,
you dropped.
You
Did
dropped
we lose
off?
him? Okay, maybe the basketball game started. Um, I'll make a motion. I move that we approve the following as recommended and described by the town administrator. The addition of Article 19 to amend general bylaws, the addition of Article 20 to amend the town charter, and the changes to Article 24 regarding continuing committees. Do I have a selectman? I say a second.
Second,
Discussion? Roll call vote.
Gene Canty, aye.
Pat O'Reilly, aye.
And Rob Tibbo, aye. Motion carries. Let's see. So that brings us to a motion to close the warrant. And I will move the Board of Selectmen vote to close the annual town meeting warrant and send it to the Advisory and Finance Committee for their review. Do I have a second?
Second,
Discussion? Roll call vote.
Gene Canty, aye.
Pat O'Reilly, aye.
And Rob Tibbo, aye. Motion carries. That brings us to ongoing business. I don't know if we have anything there, Allison, but the
No.
town administrator's report will soon follow.
Yes. And let me just pull up my notes. So on the agenda under my report, first, I just wanted to do a recap of the winter storm that we had last Monday and Tuesday. I was actually out of town on vacation, which was perfect timing. So I was in a warm place. I didn't have the snow. However, I was very concerned about, how the town was faring. I spoke constantly to Chief Antrim, Chief Furlong, DPW Superintendent Zach Taylor. Dan's rejoining us. Just to make sure that everybody was prepared. I know that there was talks about, it wasn't just the snow, there was potential flooding concerns, and just that everything was in place. And the three of them are like a well-oiled machine. They had everything in place before I even had to say anything. Their operation is so very smooth. I just want to give them, public credit here, and I've said it, in all the places that I can say it, that I'm very appreciative of everything that they do for the town. And I think it really showed. I got a lot of resident feedback this time around about how well the streets were maintained right after the event, and that it was noticeable when you left Nahant and went into other communities, how different the road conditions became. So I just want to give a big shout out to the three of them. Also, we closed town hall operations for Monday and Tuesday. I just wanted to make sure everybody was safe. So town hall individuals, they worked from home, so I give a shout out to them. I just think that the town was kept up and running with really, no second consideration. It just shows that, everybody here working for the town really cares about the town and its operations. So a big thank you to everybody there, and I didn't have to worry too much. I just wanted to give an update on the budget process. Obviously, I presented a small budget update tonight. The CPC has been meeting regularly on Monday nights. I joined the meeting this past Monday. They have finished basically interviewing all of the applicants and asking them questions about their applications. So now they're going to start to make decisions on the grants that they'll be funding for FY27. The finance committee is meeting tomorrow night. They're going to zone in on the school budget as well as general government budget. So the superintendent of the school will be on there, the chair of the school committee, and then I'll be speaking about general government budget. So that the finance committee is starting, their routine of assigning liaisons to the large departments in town, having those liaisons meet with the department heads, bringing back, budget information to the committee as a whole, and then having a discussion. So tomorrow is the first night of that. So the budget process is moving along, just to give everybody an update on that. I wanted to give an update on the public safety feasibility study that we've undertaken. I was on the phone with the architect this morning, and they are still working on the report. They hope to have it, the report kind of finalized by the end of April. I've asked for them to provide a presentation to the Board of Selectmen and residents in mid-April. So I just wanted to give an update on that. Basically, almost all of the analysis has been completed. They're now doing concept designs on the sites that were selected through this evaluation process. So there will be a presentation of all of those findings sometime in mid-April. The water replacement, water meter replacement. So this was something that was voted on, I think, 2 town meetings ago. Originally, we were going to replace residential water meters. We were going to fund it with free cash. We then Tony discovered that we could utilize MWRA 0% interest loans. So we decided to go forward with that. Wright Pierce drafted an RFP for us. That's currently on the street, and responses are due March 17th. So that process is moving. We want to start, once we select who the vendor will be, we'll move forward with replacing the water meters at residents' houses, which will just provide the town with more accurate water readings and more accurate billing and things like that. So more to come on that very soon. Another thing I just wanted to talk about, a few individuals have asked me about the Board of Selectmen Zoom meetings, and when are we going to go back to just posting the Zoom link on the calendar like some other committees do now. I've stated, I think there's still some nervousness about it. We've implemented, people having to reach out to me for the Zoom link to prevent, we had a few Zoom bombing incidents in the not so far past. And so that was the reason that we have set it up this way. I don't know if some residents think it's kind of a barrier to, logging onto meetings. It's not as easy as just going to the, town calendar and clicking on a link. So just wanted to bring that up to the board, and if there's any thought of maybe trying to simply go back to posting the Zoom link on the calendar.
Are you looking for comments now, Allison, or is this
Well,
something?
so it wasn't an agenda item.
Okay.
So I wanted to bring it up, and then maybe we can have a discussion of it at our next meeting.
Let's do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was brought up to me once or twice, and then a few more times. So I was like, I might as well bring it up to talk about, but so I'll have it as an agenda item for the next meeting.
Excellent.
Okay. And then those are my main updates. So that's the end of my report.
Okay. Thank you very much, Allison. Awful good to have you back.
Thank you.
That brings us to citizens' comments. If there is anyone that would like to make a comment regarding something that concerns or they would like to share, then please raise your hand and we'll have a conversation. And it looks like Brendan Olmsted had his hand up first. So if we could have Brendan join us.
Yep. Brendan Baronic Olmsted, 2 Summer Street, Nahant, Mass. I had a question about the warrant article changing to I guess, the citizens' length of time to speak. I can understand there can be need to update text. I guess though have we looked at past meetings, like what the actual average time a citizen is speaking for the typical question, or I should say the typical article?
I'm not aware of our having done that, Brendan, but we can certainly take your concern under advisement.
I guess because I'm just kind of wondering, like, we typically have like 15 to 20 articles on, the warrant, and some get questions, some don't. It only seems like only like 2 or 3 articles seem to be the ones that, the community has the most discussion about. But the bulk of the articles that we vote on, there isn't that much, lengthy discussion. So that's what I was kind of wondering, do we really need this change? Is this actual really an issue? And because of a few articles people talk a lot about, but the majority of the articles are well under even that 4-minute limit.
Okay. Well, we appreciate your concern and we'll give it some thought.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Brendan. Peter Barba.
Actually, I'll comment on Brendan's comment first. I will say at the Mass Moderators Association meeting, when I said 10 minutes, everybody was shocked. I don't know what the average is for all town meetings, but everyone at the Mass Moderators Association meeting thought that 10 minutes was way too long. So just, again, a comment, nothing more. One, I want to kind of reiterate the thanks that Allison gave to the DPW, the fire and police department. I got to tell you, this town always looks better than any other town when it comes to snow removal and even the landscaping and stuff in the summertime. I think our 3 heads do a fantastic job, so I just want to give them praise. And lastly, just something that I have been thinking about, and I've mentioned it to a few different people, Julie Tarmy being one, but this is the 250th anniversary of our country, and I would like to propose that we do a reading of the Declaration of Independence. As town moderator, I know that there are a lot of I'm on this, it's called Gaveline. It's a email string with all of the moderators, and a lot of the moderators are putting this together in their town. So I would like to suggest, I certainly would take the ball and run with it. I'm not sure when is the most appropriate time. Do we do it on the morning of 4th of July, which is what a lot of folks do? There are other people, other communities that actually do it prior to their town meeting because town meeting is so important. But I would really, it's some places have one person do the whole thing, which is very, very lengthy. other places, other communities have people read either a paragraph or even a single line. Some communities dress up in period clothing. I don't know, how far we want to bring it, but I absolutely would be, I would be honored to do this for the town. So
I think it's a
that's
great
it.
idea. Allison, we can look into that.
Absolutely. I wrote it down, Peter.
Yeah.
That's a very cool idea. So
I
thank
stopped
you.
in to see you, but you were on vacation.
Ah, well, I'm back. You can come in and see me anytime.
All right. Thank you, Peter. That brings us to Diane Dunphy next.
I'd just like to comment on both Brendan and Peter. I've seen Peter's top hat. It's quite impressive. So if he's gonna read it, it looks really good on him. Second, to answer your question, Brendan, I don't have exact numbers, but I do keep the records for all the annual town meetings. And I will say, based on my experience in the last 6 years, most of the comments last 2 to 3, 4 minutes, 2 to 3, 4 minutes most. When you have a controversial subject like the one I can remember everyone speaking for 10 minutes was the Northeastern vote, and not so much, but the lengthier conversations were during the Coast Guard housing votes. So that being said, my opinion is that the Northeastern one, although some of the points were very valid, they were very repetitive to a lot of other comments. And so I think the 10 minutes is very long to speak on a subject. And as Peter said, if he feels there's a topic as part of the warrant, he can extend it. But some people speak extra long to make a point, but they do it by repeating themselves. So I think to at least bring it down to, the 5 minute, that covers everybody, and at Peter's discretion or the moderator's discretion, he can allow it to go longer. And so to sort of address your question, no, we don't typically go, but when we do go 10 minutes, it's multiple people going 10 minutes, and it is long and drawn out. And I think you lose a lot of the interest of people at that length of a presentation.
Thank you, Diane.
You're welcome.
We have Kerry Collins.
Hi, Kerry Collins, 22 Breezy Hill Terrace. I'm going to comment on this topic also because I think yes, 10 minutes might seem long. Limiting people's speech in this day and age feels kind of counterproductive for like our democracy. So I'm for like actually having more people talk, and I don't know. I see our numbers going down for town meeting, and really limiting people. It just doesn't feel right to me. Also I think there's a huge problem with people calling the vote too soon. I know that these meetings can be long and tedious, but honestly, we are here to hear our public, and that is the most important thing to me. And just limiting it, especially to, are you saying 4 minutes? When Diane just said that usually they're like 3 to 5, 2 to 4. I don't know.
Okay.
It feels like kind of
All right, Kerry, thank you so much for your input. And do we have anyone else? Very good. Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Discussion? Roll call vote.
Gene Canty, aye.
Pat O'Reilly, aye.
Rob Tibble, aye. Thank you all, and good night.
Good night.
Thank
Good night.
you.